Okay, we're recording. So can I get a verbal agreement for you that we can make this public?
Yes.
Right, great. Okay, let me. All right. So, all right. First, I would like to thank you for everything that you have done for the project. You have been a star team member in my eyes. You've really jumped into everything with a lot of fervor, and you've been willing to do a lot for the team. So thank you for everything that you have done.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so first questions. Who are you? What school do you attend? Where are you at in your academics? And what are your professional aspirations?
Okay, so I am Rynasia Powell. I currently attend Florida International University. I will be going into my last semester in January. I hold on a second, sorry. I currently work as a public health intervention specialist in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I don't really, I guess what I'm doing now is kind of like my aspiration as far as like a career goes. And what was the other question? I'm sorry.
That was it. But can you tell us
Okay.
what you're doing now?
Yeah, I'm a public health intervention specialist. So that just basically means that, there's different things that people work with when you're intervention specialists, but I specifically work with HIV and syphilis. I have a caseload. So that is how that works. And there's some people that do COVID as public intervention specialists. There's some people that do other STDs like chlamydia, gonorrhea, but I just specifically work with people diagnosed with syphilis and HIV.
That's really important. Good for you. Okay. All right. What attracted you to Uniting for Action?
What originally attracted me to United for Action was pretty much like my job now. You have so many questions about different things that's going on right now, and then the diversity of the team. That's what attracted me. Was everybody was from just coming into from the beginning of the meetings and things like that. Just seeing everybody being diverse, everybody of different skin tones and backgrounds, things like that excite me because we get to work together and kind of just, go against all odds that, we face on a daily basis in America.
Yeah, I think that's definitely very important. And I'm glad we have so many varying opinions, and cultural background is so important with public health, as you know. So I'm so glad we have that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What are you hoping to get out of doing an internship with Uniting for Action?
I'm hoping to build relationships with people and interpersonal relationships. So, because all of us, like I said, we all come from different backgrounds. Like one of us may be a doctor one day, we never know. We may need each other down the line, just having that network of people who, you've worked with before, who you can count on and you can call for advice. That's how I see it.
Yeah, that's definitely very important. It's all in who you know, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. How has Uniting for Actions met or exceeded your expectations?
It's exceeded my expectations because we're always doing something. It doesn't matter what it is, or we're always doing something. We're never really doing like the same thing, I guess you can say. We're always doing we're just always doing something. Like it's always something for us to do as a team, to helping each other. That's what I mean by that. We're always helping each other in some way.
Yeah. It's never stagnant, definitely.
No.
All right. Okay. Which teams did you choose to work on and why?
I chose the production team and the research team. The research team gave me the ability to kind of just branch off and do the kind of research that I want to do, because everybody doesn't research the same way. And also for the production team, I'm a creative person, so I like to actually go and create things and do things. So that's why I chose those two teams.
Yeah, I've definitely been seeing that shining through for sure. Okay. Okay. So what types of things have you been doing as a part of the research team? And I guess I can screen share them if you'd like, or you can just talk about them.
I'll just talk about them.
Mhm.
For the research team, I know that my favorite thing that we did with the research team was, well, I have two. The number one thing was the analyses that we did as groups. I think that was really great how we got to work with one another and put things together, that we came up with things on our own, and then we came together as a team and put those things all in one document.
Mhm.
And in the processing the articles, that was really fun, trying to find experts. So yeah.
Yeah, I really like processing the articles too, because you kind of got a sense of what was going on in the
Yeah.
pandemic, which you otherwise wouldn't even know.
Yeah, you wouldn't know anything if you weren't researching those articles.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel like I was much more confident talking to other people because they'd ask me questions about the pandemic, and otherwise I'd be like, I don't know. But now I'm just like, oh yeah, and all these articles you can look at and stuff. And
Mhm.
yeah.
There.
Okay. And also, what types of things have you been doing for the production team?
For the production team, we've all been working on the video clips and things lately, so
Mhm.
that's been tedious, and trying to make sure we're all doing the right thing as far as
Yeah.
that goes. And before, with the infographics, those were pretty fun as well. I really enjoyed doing those, but we haven't really been doing those lately, so kind of been focusing on the video clips.
Mhm. You did some pretty great infographics. I thought your graphics were very cool and very informative.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So what valuable skills and experiences have you gained by being a part of Uniting for Action?
Yeah, I think the number one thing with that is just working in a team all the time, because even in my current place of employment, it's a very autonomous job. Like, I pretty much don't have to worry about anybody's work but my own. Like, if somebody else is behind, it doesn't really have anything to do with what I'm doing. But now that we work as a team with Uniting for Action, we just, what your teammate is lacking, and we all lack, because we've
Mhm.
all know what we were supposed to do. So if one person doesn't know, we've all kind of just like failed, because
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We've definitely fostered the importance of working as a team. All right. So how has Uniting for Action helped you take what you've learned in the classroom into the real world?
Say that one more time.
How has Uniting for Action helped you take what you've learned in the classroom into the real world?
Oh, well, whenever I was taking in my environmental courses, I think that's what I mostly used with United for Actions, was whatever I used, whatever I learned in my environmental courses, as we have done with this particular organization.
Okay, can you give an example?
For instance, with Jared, well, his original is, because we have so many different channels, like when you're talking about climate change and things of that nature, or whenever with COVID, for instance, the vaccines and things of that nature. That's what I mean by that. I'm sorry.
No, yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Have you found Uniting for Action to be flexible and accommodating your schedule? How so?
For me, no. Um, because I work a full-time job, so it's kind of hard sometimes
Mhm.
trying to make sure I'm squeezing everything in. Then my mom, I have a 5-year-old, so I
Yeah.
have a full schedule all of the time. So sometimes it can be kind of uh unaccommodating when it comes to what needs to be done. So,
Mhm. Okay.
but sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any suggestions for us to improve on that?
Yeah. Pretty much I feel like, how can I say it? Like I said, I don't know if everybody works full-time jobs. But it is clear that, people who don't work full-time jobs will have more time in their day.
Mhm.
So maybe whatever's left over, or the things that take less time, maybe the individuals who are able, or maybe the individuals who work full-time jobs can do the things that take less time. But for me, I kind of overdid it myself in the beginning, because I said I was going to be doing 20 hours and I didn't know how overwhelming it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to cut back on my hours.
Okay. Right. Okay. Have you found Uniting for Action to be an inclusive, welcoming, and empowering environment? How so?
Yeah, of course. It's definitely an inviting environment. Had a lot of connections with everyone on the team, and everybody pretty much understands what's going on with everybody else. And we don't pressure each other as teammates. We kind of just help each other out the best that we can.
Yeah, right. Glad to hear that. Okay. What have been the best parts or most valuable aspects about being a part of Uniting for Action?
Connecting with classmates from our universities, like people that you've never met before, that are in the same program as you. Like, I didn't know that some people were in the same program as me. We might not have had classes together, and then they're coming to the project. You see them, you meet them. I think that's been great.
Yeah, I think it's really cool as well, especially since I've been online pretty much the entire time when I wasn't supposed to, and I finally get to meet my classmates.
I've been online the whole time too, because I live in North Carolina, so my school is supportive. So
yeah. Okay. So would you recommend Uniting for Action to others? Why or why not?
Yes, I would. I would definitely recommend it for people who love to have like a voice. Definitely. People who like to be creative, people who like to do research, which is a lot of people. But I would definitely recommend a lot of people to the project. Like I said, specifically for those people who want a voice, or to reach out to people.
All right, cool. All right, how will you use what you learned in your time in your career?
Well, my career now?
Or your career in the future, whichever one.
For you, as far as Uniting for Action goes, correct?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a very good question. I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about that at all. How will I use this project? I guess like you said, well, like I said before, as far as like working in teams, it's I've never actually worked in large teams like we have here with United for Action. So that's definitely something that I can use here at and with my career.
Yeah. Well, I know for me, being a leader, it's like figuring out just how to manage everyone's time, not just your own, has been very useful for me.
Yeah.
And, leaning on your teammates when you need help is
right.
Also a skill. Okay. So what advice do you have for future Uniting for Action members?
I would say take your time, do the best you can, and just work with your teammates. Like, that's the most important part. If you have questions, ask. Ask what you need, what they need done, or see if they can assist you with anything. Always ask questions, because that's been a lot of our biggest issues is asking questions when we don't understand something. And don't assume anything. Don't assume anything. Even if it's written down, don't assume the way that it's written is the way it's supposed to be done. Just always ask how it really needs to be done. Yeah.
There are no stupid questions.
No stupid questions. There are no stupid questions.
Okay. All right. Last thing. Do you have anything else you would like to say for your little testimonial?
Oh yeah, everybody on the team is great. I can say great things about everybody on the team. Katie, you're a very great leader. You're very kind, and you really you get along with everybody. That's all. That's how a great leader is supposed to be, getting along with everyone, regardless of our backgrounds or anything that we've done wrong. None of us have had conflict, so that's really great. Just you're a really great leader.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. Wow. Well, well, again, thank you so much for being an amazing part of the team. We could have not done so many things without you. Thank you for your willingness to jump in and just see whatever you can do to help. And as I said before, thank you so much for your great clarifying questions and really setting an example of knowing exactly what you need to do and then doing it. So thank
Thank
you so much for that.
thank you.
All right. Well, that is it for